Hello. We're a little shaky today on the phone thing, so bear with me and your eyes will be closed for most of it anyway. So, welcome. I'm Paula Gardner and I am so glad you're here to do this very tender, loving new moon ritual with me. In case you missed the announcement, you will need a pen and either your journal or a piece of paper, and you'll need a candle. Do not light the candle until I tell you to. And if you already have, blow it out. No big deal. It's okay. So this new moon on December 4th, 2021, is a new moon in Sagittarius. And I rely on my astrology savvy friends to fill me in on this stuff, but I love this. And this particular new moon being in Sagittarius means that Jupiter, which you can see in the night sky, is having a tremendous influence because Jupiter rules Sagittarius. And Jupiter is the god of exuberance and expansiveness and positivity and joy. And could this be more perfect timing for Jupiter to knock on our door and say, hey, let me in? So anyway, and the fact that there was a solar eclipse yesterday, we couldn't see it in the northern hemisphere, but the fact that there was an eclipse means that the effects of the new moon are extended and intensified and expanded. And so here we are. Have faith in your dreams and confidence that your dreams are possible. So this morning, since I know you have all of your things in, and you know, if you're watching the video, you can always press pause and go get your stuff. But in any case, let's begin by sitting comfortably, whatever way is comfortable for you, and start with a full minute of silence. Let yourself settle, let yourself breathe, and as you breathe in and out, feel the breath and notice where you feel the breath as it comes in and as it goes out. Feel more rather than less. And we'll begin and end with the bells, the tingshes. I invite you to stay sitting, or if you prefer, to lie down for the next little while, because I'm going to play the Himalayan bowls. And the reason that I want to do this for you today is to help you cleanse and clear out whatever it is that you would like to let go of, whether it's emotions or people or events of current situations, of past situations, whatever no longer serves you that you would like to leave behind, to leave out there. So again, make yourself comfortable. What I'm doing with you today is meant to scoot around the lower part of the brain, because the lower part of the brain, the ancient brain, if you will, lives to protect us, to keep us safe. And sometimes in doing so, it overreaches, it overextends itself. And we want to ease into it so that it doesn't put that brain on alert saying something's different, something's changing, something's weird, because it's all weird. But we're going to be soft and gentle about this. So get comfortable. And for the next few minutes, just let the sounds of these bowls wash over and through you. And be at peace. stay where you are and ask yourself, what am I grateful for this morning? Right here, right now, whatever time of day it is, what am I grateful for? Right here, right now. And as these things come into your mind and your heart, feel the gratitude wash over and through you. Feel more rather than less. And I invite you now, if you're still lying down, to turn to your side and come up sideways to a seated position. And I'll even show you what that looks like. So you turn to your side, whichever side feels most comfortable to you. You place your top hand in front of you to the ground. You slide your other arm underneath you and you come up sideways, letting your head come up last. Your back will love you for it and you'll feel so graceful. And then just come to a seated position, again, of whatever nature is comfortable for you. And I invite you to bring the outer edges, the pinky sides of your hands together and just rest them or let them float, basically, in space in front of your belly button. This is called the Adhara Mudra, or the receiving mudra. And for the next several minutes, I invite you to receive, to let the answers come to you rather than reaching out or grasping for them. So look into the palms of your hands to begin. And now you're welcome to soften your gaze or close your eyes as you do that. And I invite you to sit quietly, let the answers come to you, and ask the question, what do I want to be, become, create over the next 3 months? What do I want to be, become, create over the next 3 months? Let all the answers come. Let them enter into your heart without editing, without filtering, without judging, without shaming. Let them in. And invite them to have a seat in your heart and treat them as the welcome guests that they are. What do I want to be, become, create in the next 3 months? Keep your hands in this gesture, this mudra, and sit with each of these beautiful guests that you've invited into your heart, and without words. So beyond words, coming from your heart of hearts, coming from your deepest knowing. Spend a moment or two getting to know each of these answers to your question, each of these guests. By communicating with their heart, from your heart, from your listening, from your knowing. receiving their answers, receiving the sense, the profound depths of their being, receiving. And when you've spoken with each one, or listened to each one, or felt each one, and I don't mean to hurry you at all, when you've done that, I invite you to select the one or two that seem to best fit for you right here, right now. You be at ease that you can always change them, adjust them. That's what life is. It flows over rocks, around them. But choose the one or two that seem to be the best fit for you right now. That seem to best answer the questions of what you desire. And now release your hands. Take your pen and your paper and write them down by hand. Because that inscribes it in your muscles, as well as in your mind, as well as in your heart. And that triumvirate makes everything feel more real. So write them down. And when you've finished writing them down, I invite you to light your candle. My candle, by the way, is from a family of 6. Where the youngest, Grace, is Down syndrome. And so they have created this beautiful business for her. And if you'd like, I will certainly share their information with you. So now we have our candle lit. I invite you to take your piece of paper or your notebook, your journal, whatever you used, and hold the paper or the notebook close to your heart. I invite you to breathe it in and breathe it out. To breathe it in and breathe it out. And breathe it in and breathe it out. And trust the light, represented by our candle, to guide you, to lead you, to fortify you, to help you trust yourself. And now we'll put that piece of paper down and sit again with our hands in that beautiful receiving mudra, and feel your words again, the ones you wrote, the ones you lit. Feel it real. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. And release your hands. And feel that profound sense of comfort and ease and commitment and joy with your intention. So I love these cards. They're called Sacred Rebels Oracle cards. And I thought that I would pull one for our collective journey. If you would like me to pull one for you individually, just ask in the comments below. I've been using these as prompts for my writing in the morning, and they're just so beautiful and they're so inspiring. And so this one is for our collective journey, and it is listening for truth. These cards are also incredibly beautiful. Listening for truth. I should know this one by heart because I seem to draw it an awful lot, but I'll read to you some of the highlights. Truth speaks to us constantly, but not always in words. It may communicate through a feeling that is hard to put into words, but brings an inexplicable sense of peace, trust, and the knowledge that somehow everything is going to work out perfectly, even if there is little evidence of how it is all going to happen. You're being asked to listen for the truths beneath the words rather than the superficial message of the words themselves. This is especially true for the communications of those around you, the press, the newspapers, and the mass media. You'll begin to hear fear in the words and actions of those around you, even as they preach love. Listen deeper. Listen for the truth. This oracle comes with a message of truth for you. You are hearing something that is not being said, and what you are hearing is truthful. We live in a world where truth is frequently avoided out of fear of what it might reveal. At the basis of such actions, consciously or not, is a deep sense of unhealed, toxic shame. If you or someone else is fearful that the truth will expose rather than free and heal, then some personal healing is required. It's time for letting go of old wounds in favor of a greater sense of self-love and acceptance. You are a truth seeker. Never deny or try to quieten this down to make others comfortable. Hold compassion for the truths you behold. Do not use them as knives to cut another or yourself with harshness, but as the clear insight that allows one to loosen the knots that bind simply by knowing which thread to gently tug. Get out in nature and spend some time communing with the infinite. No matter how many times, in how many ways, or by how many tongues untruth is spoken, you know what you know in your sacred, rebellious heart. I invite you to stay sitting, find your way to sitting, with your hands in the Hansi Mudra, or the inner smile. To do that, you touch the pointer, the middle, the ring fingers to the thumb, and you let the pinky finger extend. You can either relax your hands on your thighs, in your lap, or at your heart. Do whatever feels most comfortable for you. I will ring the tingshas, And we'll sit quietly for a minute in our stillness, in our inner joy. Savor your joy in being. Savor your joy in becoming. You are both. You are all. You are beautiful. I recommend that you finish off your ritual by sitting with your pen and your notebook or your paper and writing a letter from yourself 3 months from now to yourself today, expressing gratitude to you today for setting your intention and committing to your journey, and to write about what it feels like at that end 3 months from now. Blessings to you on all that you are, all that you do, all that you're becoming, all that you're dreaming. Blessings.